As been stated, an informative article regarding our lack of a cat shelter came out in Newsday this week. Our lack of such is appalling after all this time. We live in one of the wealthiest municipalities in the country with an average income, according to Fortune, of $144,000. Our capital reserves are in excess of $30 million, but yet there's zero money available to help cats. We must stress that the purpose of a shelter is not to admit feral cats, but rather socialized cats that have owners who either die or become incapacitated. Feral cats would be shuttled in and out only for purposes of medical treatment. As a basis of comparison, Hempstead will take in cats for medical emergencies at any hour of the day or night. I personally encountered a pregnant cat at a Burger King in Freeport last week. We trapped the cat, or to be more precise, Nancy trapped the cat, and we took it to an adoption center that I'm involved in called All About Cats in Freeport. The cat was friendly and was there for a week where it gave birth yesterday. If I found this cat now at town, what would I do with it? If I had no contacts there, this cat would give birth on the street where it might very well die along with its kittens. This is inhumane and has persisted in this town for decades. An EMT died a few years ago in Port Washington named Fred Fate. He was a volunteer and served his community for 30 plus years. He made no arrangements and left 6 friendly cats. Naturally, all the relatives wanted was his money. Thankfully, after much hard work, we were able to place his cats. This is what a shelter is for. All residents who own cats in this town should realize that if anything befalls them, their town and their elected representatives will do absolutely nothing whatsoever to help them. In a town that prides itself on fairness, it seems as though dog owners have options available in cases of emergency, whereas cat owners have no options available. After an extended period of time, advocates managed to obtain a voucher program which was funded with $40,000. We were told funds were not available for a cat shelter. Lo and behold, $30 million plus is sitting there. The town received $200,000 from the State Companion Grant Fund in 2019. It went entirely to the dog shelter. In 24, another $200,000 came from the grant fund, went to an HVAC system at the dog shelter, along with $850,000 from our capital fund. Another $100,000 plus went, I believe, to flooring. Basically, $1 million went from our capital fund, but of course nothing goes for the, for cats. They went for necessary repairs, and incidentally, the dog shelter is well run. I will say that. The total amount of money being spent basically on these dogs was approaching $1.5 million. How much money went for the cats? You guessed it, absolutely nothing. I'm sure there's a possible solution for this horrible situation facing cats in our town, Mr. Senna. Though you signed a petition calling for a cat shelter when you first ran for office, you've done absolutely nothing, but I'm sure you will seize the opportunity to fulfill your campaign promise. After all, people should bear in mind very closely we're entering an election period. Incidentally, the pregnant cat gave birth to 3 kittens yesterday in a warm rescue. In our town with no shelter available, they would have all frozen to death overnight.